Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Chris.
I'm Valerie, and we're co-owners of Surje Coffee.
Today we're going to talk about the French press. This is one of the most common and easiest ways to prepare coffee inside of the home. You only really need water and some coffee grounds and some patience, because it does take a few minutes, but it's very rewarding, it's delicious, and yeah, let's jump right in.
Yeah, you don't need anything fancy. We have our little French press that we bought from IKEA, so you don't need to go all out if you're buying these things brand new. Today we're using our Costa Rica decaf. For these, you want, when you're having coffee, you want to grind it so that it's a little bit more medium to medium coarse. Most people will tell you that they want it coarse grind. The coarser you go, the lighter the flavor will be. And we like to go a little bit stronger profile, so we use the medium grind.
And it's important to add, anytime you're making coffee inside of the home, you're really on your own coffee journey. It doesn't matter what anybody says is how you're supposed to brew your coffee in the house. Brew it how you like to brew it. We prefer a medium. The book says it's supposed to be coarse, so just do what you like.
Yes, the important thing about coffee is that you enjoy it, so don't let anyone judge you.
Yes.
All right, so here we have 60 grams of coffee, Costa Rica decaf. We're going
30 grams.
Oh, sorry, 30 grams. We're going to put this into our French press here.
So pro tip, you don't have to, but it is nice to preheat your vessel. So pouring some hot water inside of the glass to heat up the glass before you introduce coffee into it will help keep the freshness of the coffee so it's not shocked from cold to hot temperature within a short amount of time.
So we're gonna go ahead and pour the water into our coffee here. I wanna add enough just to get it so all of the coffee is covered. We're gonna give it a nice stir.
Yeah, so you don't want to pour it in all the way. You want to pour it in about a quarter of the way, half tops, and then give it a nice stir to saturate all the grounds. You want to make sure all the grounds are completely saturated before you put the full amount of water that you're going to use. In this case, it's a small French press, so we're putting in about 4 ounces of water to saturate, and then another 10, or the remaining amount, which is a total of 10 ounces for the French press.
Yes, this is a 12-ounce French press. You can always go bigger if you feel like you need more coffee at home. So we've got our coffee grinds in here and the hot water. We're just gonna add the top to it. You're not going to plunge it down yet. This is just so that everything will stay warm and will heat up consistently. And now we wait.
Yeah, so 4 minutes is the amount of time we like to let it sit. Some people will do it shorter, some people will do it longer. It really depends how strong you want your coffee, but 4 minutes seems to be the nice sweet spot that we found.
Yes, and if you find that your coffee is not tasting good, some things to check are the coffee itself, whether it's fresh, how you grind it, if it's a medium grind or a more coarse grind.
Yes.
And then your water. Your water is super important. So if you're using water that doesn't taste good, your coffee's not going to taste good.
Yeah, 100%. Make sure you're using filtered, delicious water. I always say if the water you're drinking just as water is not delicious, chances are your coffee is not going to be delicious. Now we keep waiting.
Yes. We do have some café de olla boiling in the background, so we're just going to take care of that. It smells really good.
So, the legend of the French press, there's debate amongst the French and the Italians on who invented the French press. The current design that we all know and love of the French press is patented by an Italian company, but the legend of how the French press came to be is a French traveler had stopped to brew some coffee. They set up a pot, started boiling the water before they put the grounds in, and when they put the grounds in, they couldn't get the grounds to seep to the bottom. So this person didn't want to have coffee grounds in their cup. Just so happens an Italian traveler happened to be coming by selling garments, and they found a very fine mesh style garment that they used to press the grounds to the bottom of the pot. Hence was born the French press. So they say.
Yeah, so if you don't have a French press and you're feeling adventurous and you have a cheesecloth at home or something to make almond milk, any kind of thing like that, that'll work just fine. Just be careful because you are working with hot water.
30 seconds left.
Sweet, almost there.
5 seconds left. Okay.
Can I push
We're
it
good.
down?
Yes.
All right, so 4 minutes has elapsed. Now we're going to plunge this. So you want to plunge it slowly so that none of the coffee grinds come up towards the top. And there is a little bit of pressure here, so you might need to push down with force depending on what coffee you're using and how much you're using. It's fine.
Voila. All right.
Okay. Yes, and when you're working with your French press, make sure the spout's pouring so you can have some coffee. Let's see how this tastes. That's a strong cup of decaf.
Delicious. And that's all there is to it. French press. It's really nice way because you can prep it really fast. Set it, let the 4-minute timer go. I usually just ask Siri to start my timer, and then I go about my day, start getting ready, and then when Siri yells at me that my coffee's ready, then I will go and pour me a delicious cup. And if you leave the French press on the counter, it's gonna get stronger. So if you don't pour it, we recommend you pour it all out into a separate vessel or into a cup, and so it's not in the grounds as you're finishing your French press, your coffee.
Yeah, so enjoy. We're gonna do another recording if you guys don't mind.